Hello students, this is the series of SAT math exam that we are doing. So this is part 2 of test 8. Let us explore the question that we have. Very first question, 1 pound of grapes cost $2. At this rate, how many dollars will C pound of grapes cost? So since 1 pound of grapes is $2, C pounds will be 2C. So that is going to be our answer. Quickly move on to the second question. Tracy collects, sells and trades figurines time to the number of figurines that we have. Figurines. She tracks the number of figurines in a collection on the graph below. This is her graph. And what interval did the number of figurines decrease? So that is what we have to focus. It means left to right the graph should move. So decrease is this one. Rest all is the graph is increasing only. So if you check, the fast will be the slanting your line, that much decreasing fast it would be. If you closely observe, 3 to 4 is the only option that is we have. Rest all this is like little bit longer, whereas this is much steeper. So this is going to be our answer, 3 and 4. Moving on to the next question. In a random sample of 200 cars of a particular model, 3 have a manufacturing defect. Okay, so out of 200, 3. Then at this rate, same rate, how many 10,000 cars will have defect? So we don't know, so let us call it as x. 200x is equals to 30,000. So basically what we have to do is divide it with 200. So the answer is going to be 150. So for 10,000 it has to be 150 defect. Moving on to question number 4, which is line of best fit. Scatter plot, it is width millimeters and length. We have a linear model. This is what you have to closely observe whenever a graph question comes like that, whether we have a model given or we just have to just work it out directly. Now what do we have to do based on this line of best fit? Pedal is 19, width, so this x is going to be our width. As it increases, so as your length in millimeters would be. So basically what we have to do over here, just plug in 19 because we need to work it out and get the predicted length. That is nothing but our y value, vertical. 19 times 1.76 plus 21.1. We just need to work it out the calculation to get the answer. So upon multiplying 1.76 with 19, it's going to give us 31.73 plus, let me write it clearly, it's going to be 31.73 plus 21.1, which will give us 52, and the option is over here, 52.83. Definitely, since we are getting 52 here itself, we can easily say. Next question, 5th, it's of parallel lines. In the figure, above lines are and are parallel. These two lines are parallel, and we know the property of parallel lines. We have a transversal. Okay, the interior opposite angles on the same side will give us 180, and all corresponding angles will be equal. So angle Z is already given to us, which is 60. So it means inside this is 60. We have to work it out and get what is x. So remember, what is y? What is y is given to us 20. As I said, this is a transversal. So if this is y 20, the corresponding angle exterior would also be 20. So like 60 plus 20 is 80, and x is going to be 100 because we know angle sum property. So B is our answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 6. 2 types of tickets were sold for a concert. So 2 tickets, 75 for bench and lawn. There is the another one which costs $40. So it means bench and lawn together it is how much? Approximately 350. This is the clue that we have, and they have raised another $19,250 for the tickets, 75 each. So 75 for bench and 40 for lawn, and that is going to be 19,250. If you look at your options quickly, this is your answer. Moving on to the next, 7th one, in xy plane, what is the slope? 3. It's pretty simple, just check, because y is equal to mx plus b. This is going to be our answer, slope is 3. So question number 8, we have algebraic equation like x plus 1 equals to 2 by x plus 1. We need to find the value of x plus 1, so we should get rid of this one. Upon multiplying it both sides, this cancel out and we get x plus 1 whole square equals to 2. So what you have to do is, you don't have to expand it, just transfer this power, which will get converted to the radical sign, which we know already it is plus and minus. Check your option, what is given to you. You have only positive in the choices, so that itself would be your answer. Quickly move on to the next one. 9 to 11 follows. The reference information is given to us, volume is given, and we have a glass which can hold a maximum of volume 473, 16 fluid ounces, which it approximately takes. So what is the value of K in centimeters? So volume is given, volume information is there. Write down 473, which is 7 pi K raised to 3, 48. We know pi is 22 by 7. So this 7 cross out, you're going to get 22 K times K raised to 3 over 48, 473. Upon multiplying this entire with 48 by 22, we'll get 48 in times 473 will give us 22704, as we have multiplied with 48 by 22. So this will give us equal to K times raised to 3. So 22 ones are 22, 0, 22 3 times is 66, 22 times 2 is 44. So now cube root of this one, since we need to work it out K value, approximately it will give us 10, because 10 cube is 1000, slightly above than 10. So this will be our option 10.11. Moving on to the next question, question number 10. Water pours into the glass slowly at a constant rate. Which of the following graph best illustrates? So as they are saying it's constant, so linearity will go. This one and this one won't be the option. So among this one, as it's going to be little increasing towards when it goes up, but whereas if you look at the glass, it's not symmetrical. It pours little faster towards the down, as the lowest circle and the upper circle it expand. So when it expands, definitely this upper portion will take a lot of time. That's why they have given it slowly. So the best thing would be option C. Moving on to the next question, question number 11. Jenny has a pitcher that contains 1 gallon of water. Okay, how many times could Jenny completely fill the glass of with 1 gallon of water? 1 gallon is given as 128. But if you go back and refer the information, it is given that glass is approximately 16 fluid ounces. So that fluid ounces, the same unit, 16 times 8, as 6 8s are 48, 6 will get the option B. Moving quickly to the question number 12. Okay, quickly moving on to the 12th question. Robert is an insurance agent who sells two types of, there is policy $50,000 and $1 lakh. Last month his goal was to sell at least 57, which means greater than or equal to. Well, he did not meet his goal, so it means there doesn't have to be greater than. So we have to avoid these two cases because he did not meet the goal. So the total policies he sold was over 3 lakh, means greater than. So just check where is greater than. So that itself would be our answer. Easily you can guess, because as this two option goes, because at least cases were not there, so definitely our answer will be 3 lakhs. You don't have to look and go into the detail. That's how quickly you can do if you know the trick. Which of the following is a value of x for which the expression, no, you have to complete first 12th one, 13th one, which is negative exponent, and it is 1 by 2, so we'll get like that. If I flip it, I'm going to get 1 by x, but I should get rid of this one. So if I square it, I'm going to get like that. So value of a in terms of this is going to be 1 by x square. Moving on to the 14th question, they've asked which one of these would be undefined. So it has to be like 0 in the denominator. You just have to find the factors, and the factors are 5 and -2. So if I write x square plus 5x minus 2x minus 10, I'm going to get x plus 5. So what we'll get is x plus 5 and x minus 2. Upon equating with 0, we are going to get x as negative 5 and 2. Now look at the option, because for these two values it's undefined. So we have option here is positive 2, which we get it after factorizing it. So it means for d is equals to 2 value, if you substitute the expression is undefined. That's what your option is. Moving on to the next question. A granite block in the shape of rectangular prism, which have the dimension 30, 40 and 50, all are in the same unit, centimeter. Otherwise you would have to change. The block has a density of 2.8 grams per cubic centimeter. What is the mass? Okay, so we need to work it out and get the mass. The criteria is given. Formula: density is equals to mass per volume. So it is nothing but to get mass times it with volume, and you know the volume of the prism, it's just the multiplication of all this. LBH, length, breadth and height, that is 30 times 40 times 50, 12 5 is 60, and then going to be 60,000 equals to m. That's what we have to work it out. And what is the density given there? 2.8. So if you closely work it out with the solution, you're going to get 28 by 10. That zeros goes out. So 6,000 into this, it means 28 times this one, 6 8 so 48. So you're going to get the answer 16830. So this is your solution. Quickly moving on to the next one. We have a tabular form information, number of adults contracting colds, okay, vitamin C, sugar pill, and the total. Quickly moving on to this one, vitamin C pill, but what they're asking us is the proportion of adults who received sugar pill. So this is our only option, we just have to look at it. Contracting a cold, so it means it's a probability question. The total is going to be only sugar pill, that is 150. And how many they contracted cold? No cold, that is cold is 33. So upon dividing with 3 in the simplest form, you are going to get 11 over 50. So that is your solution B. Moving on to the next question, it's of statistics, mean, median and mode. We have a table, we need to work it out and select which one of this is the best answer choices, mean, median, mode. So we'll work out, and the easiest one is the mode one, and we know to work out the mode is the number of repeated one. The highest frequency is 6, so it means 18 is your mode answer. That's how simple it is. And in order to find the median, we know if it is ages of 20 students, it's even. So for even, you have 2 median. So best thing is like 1 to 20, you take the average, that is 21 over 2, that is 10.5, which is definitely going to be 11. So check from where you're going to get 11, either ascending or descending. So 6 plus 5, so this is going to give you 11, which is 10.5. Closest, which is not approximately 11, it means the number is 19. Whether you go from top or from bottom, this is the number that you have ended up getting 11. So median is 19. So in fact, now to move on to the mean, what you have to do is, since the observation x and the frequency is given, you need to times each. Like 30 times 1 is 30, 23, 22 times 1 is 22, 21 times 2 is like 42, 20 times 4 is 80, 19 times 5, 45, that is going to give you 95, and 18 6 is 48, 128. So upon adding this all, 50, this 110, 95, 120, this will be approximately 400. And upon dividing, since average it is sum of observation by number of observation, which is 20, so our answer is 20. So now which one? As you can see quickly, mode is lesser than median, median is lesser than mean. Mode, median and mean, so option A would be our answer. Quickly moving on to the next set of questions that we have. 18th, again we have a line of best fit. So quickly moving on to the next question. 20, it is line of best fit graph. What does it convey us? Had a mean annual temperature of this one, because the slope is decreasing. Yes, -2, which is constant. Based on the line of best fit, which of the following is closest to predicted percent of leaf litter mass? pertaining to this for the 3 years. So -2, where will -2 lie? Over here. This is going to give me 2.5. -2, so that -2 thing that we have, so 0 to -5 is going to be on over here is -2.5, but they've asked us -2, which if I take slightly over here and moving closer and closer to 70, so you don't have to do anything, just figure out 70 over here in the option C. That's the answer. Moving on to the next question, 19. It's about graph quadratic, so parabolic only. We've got two zeros given, that is -3 and 1, and you know when they've given us this one, the graph real number less than or equal to 4 means it will go downwards, it will open up down, not up. So C and D, if we look at it, it goes because C is opening up, it's not there. As well as D, it is because it's a cubic one, it wouldn't be the answer. But if you look carefully over here, they have given -3 and 1, whereas this is going the opposite way, that is -1 and 3, so certainly not. So definitely our answer would be A, because if you check here, this is the origin, 1 2 3 and +1, so bingo, that's our answer. And also they have given us a sentence statement equal to 4. If you move on to there, 1 2 3 and 4, it is equal as well as lesser than 4. That's the reason. Question number 20. The average annual energy cost for a certain home is this one, 4,334. Plans to spend 25,000 to install geothermal relay. The homeowner estimates that the average annual energy cost will be $2,712. T is the number of years after the installation. Total energy cost will exceed. We need to work it out and get the inequalities. That's what is given over here. So as we can see, 4334. Okay, annual energy cost, subtraction of this one, 2712, that's the average, times the number of years, that is T, and it is 25,000. 25,000, it is lesser than that or equal to, but not going beyond. So this options rolls out, and you can see this one also and this one, so bingo, that's our answer. Moving on to question number 21, we have a graph information given, and you know it's a linear graph, so definitely its relationship is given, y is equal to mx plus b form. The slope is going to be 3.39, which is constant for the number of years. As you can see, 1985 to 2003 the data is given, and the number of plastics in billions of pounds. So what do we have? They're asking us represent interpretation of 3.39. As I can say, this is the constant number which is being increasing throughout the number of years from 1985 to 2000. So the amount of plastics, no. The average annual increase, yes, it's correct. Billions of pounds of plastic produced per year in the 1985 to 2003. That's the correct answer. Moving on to the next sort of question that we have. Which of the following is the closest to the percent increase? Percent increase in the billion of pounds from 2000 to 2003. First we need to understand what is percent increase. So let's say if you have 10 to 16 or 10 to 8 or whatever, if there is an increase, you have to write the number of increase divided by the original. So now when they have given 2000 to 2003, so it means 2000, you need to check first what was it and how much is the increase. So first in terms of percent it is, so from 2000 we'll go back to the graph. Where will it lie? 2000 to 2015 would be this one, so it is approximately touching 100, and then to 2003 it would go above this one, 10, closer to 108 or something. So we can say 108 over this one, that is 8%. So here the closest will be, I can say it is 10%. Moving on to question number 23 that I have. So here the model is given to us in the form of an equation. M is equals to 1800, 1.02. This is nothing but 2% increase. okay, 1.02, and T is the years. Now they're asking us Q quarter. So if you know quarter is nothing but 1/4. So this and this rules out. Yeah, the reason why we cancelled out these options too, as you can see over here, clearly in the model it's given 1.02, whereas this two is totally contrary to what is given. So among this one, as I said, we have to work it out and get quarter. Quarter is 1/4, so certainly this is not going to work. Option A would be the correct answer. 24th, if you look at it, we have an information given for a TV show. Viewers could either use a social media or text message. So social media and text message. What is given estimate of 10% was voted, 50%, the current more than 50% vote women, 10% of viewers voted, and 30% of vote were cast on the social media. 30% social media, contestant 2 earned 70%, 70% and 30%, and 40% of the votes cast using a text message. Based on this information, which of the following is inaccurate? So now the information is contestant 2 on 70%, that is 0.7 votes using social media, and contestant 1 using text message is 40%, that is 0.4. So if you could multiply this one, we are going to get 0.21 and here 0.28. So basically contestant 2, that is with the text, is got more number of votes, 0.28. So if you look at the options, would have 1. No, viewers voting on social media were likely to be younger than viewers. No, that's wrong, because 0.21. If all viewers who, because this information is not there, if all viewers who voted had voted by social media instead by text message, it would have won. Even this also is not there. So option D. Why I said that? Because viewers voting by social media were more likely to prefer contestant 2 than were viewers voting by the text message. This is there. This is a little tricky, but that's how you have to just work it out. Moving on to question number 25, a table is given to us, population, and with the year 2000 and 2010, so there is an increase, 862 to 846. How much is the increase? That is 16, and it is, if we look back, the table above shows the population of relief table with Idaho 2000 to 2010. If the relationship between the population and years is linear, which of the following functions P models the population of after 2000? So if I take 16 over 2010 to this one, it's nothing but 10. So basically it is 1.6, and it is going to be the linear negative. It's not going to be the positive. And number of years, that is T, and plus the original one from 2000, it was 862. That is the linear model that we have for the population, which is nothing but, if you look, option A is the correct answer. 26, to determine the mean number of children per household in a community, with a survey of 20 families at a playground. For the 20 families surveyed, the mean number of children was 2.4. This is wrong information because there were 20 families in the community. Determination about the mean number of children per household in the community should not be made because sample size is too small. Even this option is not there. The sampling method is flawed and may produce a biased estimate of the mean number of children per household in the community. Yes, this looks pretty clear. So option C will be the answer. Now moving on to the question number 27 that we have. In xy plane, the point P comma R lies on the line with equation y is equal to x plus b, where b is a constant. The point with coordinates lie on the same line if p, what is the value of r by p. Now if he has given point P comma R lies on the line, so this is going to be y and x, so we'll have R is equals to P plus B. If I could write it in terms of P, it has to be like that, whereas 2P comma 5R means 5R is equals to 2 into 2P, that is 4P plus B, which is going to give me 5R minus 4P is equals to B. Now both the equation I have changed it in terms of B. Upon equating that, I'm going to get r minus p is equals to 5r minus 4p. Bringing p and r terms one side, we'll get 3p is equals to 4r. So 3 by 4 is equals to r. So we're going to get 3 by 4. So the option B is the best fit among this one. Or if it's possible, you can get over here as dividing by p on both sides, as we required r by p value. So you get 3 by 4 equals to r. Even that can be done. Now moving on to the question number 28 that we have, it's the data that we got for the 22 students. The dot plot is given to us, and after exercise and before exercise, that is information per minute beats. S1 and R1 is nothing but the standard deviation and the range for this one. This is S1 and this is S2, and the range, as we know, is from the lowest and the highest. So 56 and 82, it's going to be 22. Likewise 80 and 112, so it is equal. So our ranges are equal, so it means it has to be from these two options. This is how quickly you can get to the answer now. And bingo, our standard deviations cannot be equal, so definitely the answer is going to be T. That how fast you can do, but how I have understood that is nothing but as the data that is given to us, where they cluster more, the standard deviation is lesser. Remember that. And here it is evenly distributed almost, so standard deviation would be a little greater, higher. So that's why they are not equal. Moving on to the next one, question number 29 that we have a linear equation sort of. A photocopy machine is initially loaded with 5,000 sheets of paper. The machine starts at a large job of copies at a constant rate, so this is keep in mind. After 20 minutes it has used 30% of the paper. Which of the following model machine started printing? So coming back to the question now, 5,000 sheets of paper, so you have 5,000, 30%, that is 0.3, it will give you 1,500, and then 20 minutes, so if you divide by that, you're going to get 75, that is per minute. So it means our option would be the B option. So this rules out because it's definitely going to be a linear, as it is constant. Moving on to question number 30, we have a graph, the complete graph of the function f at the table values, function g as shown. The maximum value of f is k. So this is what the maximum value, and we know this is the maximum and this is the minimum. So the function reaches maximum at 3. So our maximum value is 3, that is nothing but Rx. So that is g of x, we need to work it out, g of k. So when x is 3, when x is positive 3, that is right here, it is giving us a value that is g of x. We have to ultimately work it out, that is 6. So this option B will be your answer. Moving on to the next set of questions that we have. So we have 31 question here. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen in 1 molecule of water. How many atoms of hydrogen are there if 51 molecules of water? Okay, so we know H2O, so 2 hydrogen means like 51 times 2, that is what we are concerned with. So that is going to give us 102, that's our answer. If x is 1, what is going to be our value for this? So if I could switch it to the other side or add this one, this is going to be like a equals to 2, that is my value. Moving on, so if they lie on the same line in the xy plane, the equation represents the same line. So basically our x and y would be same. If I could multiply this with 3, I'm going to get the answer 30, and this is 3x plus 6y, the second line. They asked us what is the value of c, so c is nothing but 30. So we had a word problem over here. 1775, Paul reversed of million by midnight without stopping. He traveled 11 miles to this one, so it is nothing but miles to minutes, that is 11 over 26. Average speed of his horse have been nearest to 10th mile per hour, okay, that is 60. So upon cross multiplying, we get 26x equals to 660. which divides with 26 will roughly give us 25.38. As they have asked us tenth, remember tenth is the immediate after the decimal point, so since they have asked nearest, so it is going to be 0.4. Well, right, question number 35 that we have, we can do this question in two ways. Since if you have two functions over here that is given to us, that is f and g, you can quickly equate to get the possible, but we can do it in with the graph also. As you can see, g of x function, which is possibly over here, which is constant 10, if you can move it over here 10, positive 10, and if you can look here, the curve is a little bit downward, so it's a negative slope, which is 1, negative 1. So it means if I move one place to over here vertically, and then here we have unit 1, so the point lies over here for the g graph, and then next again rise, which is downwards, and then moving again from here to here. So this is your possible solution, that is 8, 2, which intersect the graph. That is how quickly you can get it. But they have given us this one. This is just to check that your answer, but we have to work it out. I'm gonna do it over here. Minus 1 by 2 x minus 4 whole square is nothing but a square minus 2ab plus b square plus 10, and as they are equal, we can quickly take it equal to this one. Positive 10 and positive 10 goes out, and if you shift or multiply with 2, this negative x negative also gets cancelled because of equality. So you ended up getting x square minus 18x plus 16 equals to 2x. Upon subtracting 2x from both sides, you will get like x square minus 10x plus 16 equals to 0. And if you work out with the factors of this one, 8 times 2 is 16. So x square minus 8x minus 2x plus 16 equals 0. So you ended up getting two values. They've asked us what is the one possible solution. So you have two. Among that, any one can be taken. That's how you're going to solve it. But I've also already shown you the shortcut. Now moving on to the next one, we have a right triangle, and they have given us to work out the value of cosine RSW and sine WST, where W is not shown. So let us just take W over here. It could be in the middle also. If I could draw a line which separates, and we have two set of triangles, RSW and WST, and they have given cos and sine, and we know cos and sine, and we need to work it out about this angle in the middle, that is S and S in both. They are all complementary, so there is no particular value that is given for us. So the answer is going to be, as it's subtraction case, 0. Now towards the last set of question that we have, 37, 38, we have two sets of table that is given. One is per milliliter micrograms and minutes after the injection. We will check carefully what is given there. According to the table, how many more micrograms of penicillin are present in 10 millimeters? So 5 minutes, 8 milliliters, and 10 minutes. We have to keep it in mind. So when we look at it in the graph for the first table, 152, that is 5 minutes and 10 minutes that we have. So 152 times this has to be multiplied with 10 will give us 1520, and this is 8 milliliters after, so that is 118 times 8 will give us 944 if we multiply. So upon subtracting this two, that 944, that is our required answer. That is going to be 6, 7, and 5. So 576 will be the answer for that. So that is what we have for question number 37. The answer is going to be 576 more micrograms of penicillin. So now this one, we have question number 38, this is the final part. Concentration of micrograms per liter per trim t minutes after. So already they have given us a model. If P approximates the value variable within 10 micrograms per milliliter, what is the value of B rounded to the nearest tenth? This is what we have to focus. So let's just go back to what we have, P of T. So if I could write the equation over here, 200 B raised to T over 5, and if I take the 5 minutes one, P of T, we get 152, 200 B, we need to work out 5, that is after 5 minutes, so this will be 1. So if you divide 200 with 152, you will be ended up getting 0.8. Sorry, this is not 200 by 152, it is going to be 152 over 200, which is definitely 0.8. 152 over 200, definitely it will give us 0.8, but even if you can work it out with this also, it will give you the same result.